Hey folks, Ty Cohen here, and before we get started with this week's webinar, I want to make sure that everyone can hear me. So if you can hear me, give me a big one in the chat box. Give me a one in the chat box if you can actually hear my voice. All right, awesome. So go ahead, continue. I'll give you guys a test really quickly here. And then the second thing is if you can actually see on your screen right now, well, we have actually today's guest, Simon C. I'm going to call him in. He's going to actually teach you 6 different ways to earn in the online economy. And what I want to do is I want to make sure that everyone can actually see his screen and hear my voice before we kick this off, because Simon's got a great presentation. He's got a lot of information, and regardless of what your current position is right now, meaning whether you're someone that's new, whether you're someone that's a little bit more experienced with online marketing, or whether you've never done it before, I guarantee that this presentation is going to be an eye-opener. It's going to give you something to think about, and you're going to get a tremendous amount of value out of it. So again, give me the big 1 if you can hear my voice, and then give me a 2 if you can actually see on your screen where it says 6 ways to earn in the online economy. All right, so we've got Marie saying 1, we've got Janet saying 1, Jack saying 2. Got the 1s and 2s coming in pretty steadily here. So here's the next thing. So what I want you to do is let me know right now where you're watching from. So where on the planet are you watching from? And I say where on the planet because I know that we have people that are literally just everywhere, spread out, whether you're here in the US, you're in the UK, as my host is, or you're in Australia, you might be in Mexico, you might be in South America. Where are you at right now? Let us know. Right, and there's a reason why I'm actually asking you. So let me know, where are you at? Awesome. So we've got Karen says she's in Florida. Kelly's in Colorado. We've got Valentino in Canada. Lisby in South Africa. John is in North Texas. John, how are you guys doing out in Texas now? We've got just a ton of people that are chiming in here. All right. All right, John says, I hear the webinar will start shortly, but nothing else. John, you should be able to hear my voice right now. We haven't brought our guest on yet, but we'll be bringing him in just a couple of minutes. I want to give a few more moments for everyone else to join as well, and then we'll just dive right into this. So again, where are you calling in from? Where are you joining from? We've got Felipe in Scotland. Good to have you here. All right, we've got Patricia Shear. She's in Washington. Send it from India. Good to have you. All right. Got it now, says John. Awesome, loud and clear. So here's the other reason why I'm asking you where you're from. Because what you're going to learn on today's presentation is something that is not location dependent. Meaning, this is not something that you can do only if you're in the US. It's not something that you can do only if you're in the UK. You can do this regardless of where you are at. So regardless of what country you put in, you can do what my guest is going to share with you today. All right, so does that sound good? All right, perfect. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to really jump into the meat of this. So what I want you to do is make sure that all of the distractions are put away. And by distractions, I mean, yes, Facebook, I mean, Instagram, I mean, YouTube, I mean, anything that's going to take your attention away from actually concentrating on the presentation that we're going to share with you today, right? Because this is something that like anyone can do. Right, so anyone that's looking to make money online or build a business online needs to actually listen to this and listen to it with both ears, as my mom used to say. So I want you to grab a pen, grab a paper, grab something to take notes with, and make sure that you really focus in on all of the key parts, all right? Because I'm bringing you an entrepreneur that has not only launched just one 7-figure business, but he's launched 5 separate 7-figure businesses. And I've gotten a chance to meet this gentleman and actually cruise with him several years in a row when the Marketers Cruise is taking place, hot and heavy. And you guys may have heard me talk about the marketing cruise over the years. Unfortunately, we've taken a break this year, but hopefully we'll be back next year. But this is someone who is always one of the number 1 leaders when it comes to the marketing cruise. He's a number 1 leader when it comes to online marketing, and he's a number 1 leader when it comes to pretty much explaining what can be seen as complicated and simplifying the process so that everyone gets it, regardless of your skill level, right? So here's the thing. I want to draw your attention to the term online, right? When we talk about online marketing or online businesses or online entrepreneurship, I want to draw your attention to that word online because with all the negative things that have happened recently, just in society and with the economy as well, right now the one sector that is booming is the online sales and marketing sector. All right. So that's the one sector that we see that has consistently grown day over day, week over week, month over month. And it's continuing to kind of follow that same path as well. So in the summer, there was record online consumer spending, right? Record online consumer learning, and all of the evidence holds true that this will continue for the long term. So this is really a chance for you to take advantage of all of the really massively increased online spending so that you can get your slice of what's out there and really take advantage of this. So that's exactly why I wanted Simon to come and speak with you, as this is an area that he is the expert in. Now, when it comes to making money from the internet and growing your business, this is the guy that you want to learn from. So I'm going to take a back seat here, hand the mic and screen over to Simon so that he can run you through not one, but 6 different ways to earn in this online economy, all right? There's that word again, online economy. So please be sure to take notes and, more importantly, take advantage of the information that Simon is sharing with you, because it's not too often that you get someone like this that's able to come in and speak with you and give you, the keys to the kingdom, what's actually working. So with that said, Simon, I'm going to pass it over to you.
Fantastic. Thank you, Ty, for that great intro. Good evening, everybody, or at least it's evening here in London, UK. Hello, wherever you are in the world. I think it's afternoon for you guys out in US, which looks like that's most of you, but we've got people from Africa, from India, all over the world on here. So hello, my name is Simon Coulson, and I am an internet entrepreneur from the United Kingdom in London, UK. This is actually what I used to do. So I used to work for the phone company here in London, actually in that building in central London for BT, British Telecom. And I used to work in customer services, and I worked in that job from the age of 18 till 32, so 14 years straight working in customer services, until one day something a bit dramatic happened on that escalator. I got on the escalator, I started riding the escalator up at the end of a long day, and then the next thing I remember is lying on the floor and what felt like hundreds of people literally just stepping over me. And eventually one of them was kind enough to stop and leant down and said, "You all right, mate?" And I remember I just about managed to say, "No." And I didn't know what the hell had gone on, what I was doing on the floor. And I'm lying there thinking, have I had a heart attack? Have I had a stroke? Have I been mugged? Like, what happened? I just remember standing on this escalator. So they got me an ambulance, they checked me out, they put heart monitors on me. And somewhat embarrassingly, they couldn't immediately find anything wrong. They were like, "Your heart's fine. Just tell us again what happened." I was like, "Well, I don't really know. I was on the escalator and then I was on the floor." And they asked me about my working life, and I said, "Well, I get up at 6, I get on a train at 7, I commute 2 hours to get to work. I sit in a call centre all day. People shout and scream and complain about stuff for 8, 9 hours a day, and then I travel home for 2 hours. And I've been doing that 6 days a week for a couple of months." And they said, "That's it then. It's called exhaustion. Your body is just shut down on you because you are overdoing it. It's your body's way of saying, look, you can't take this. You're just working too hard." And that was a big wake-up call for me, because here I am at 32 years old, relatively young, and I'm thinking, oh my God, I'm burning out. I'm suffering from exhaustion at 32 years old. And if you look at a life timeline, it looks something like this. So the pre-COVID, I need to revise this post-COVID once we know the real numbers. But the life expectancy for a man in the UK was 79.4 years old. That's what your average life expectancy is. And in the UK, the retirement age is 67. So we're conditioned to kind of go to school, leave school at 18, maybe go to college for a couple of years and then get a job. But for me, it was leaving school at 18, getting a job, and then you work until your retirement age of 67, and then you get to enjoy that last little bit between there and the finishing post, which is death, which is 79.4 years typically. Now that's if you get that far. That's the average, right? So you might not get that far. In fact, of course, some people don't even get to retirement, right? Some people go before 67. But if you really want to cheer yourself up, if you go to a website called deathclock.com and you put into that website your date of birth, your height, your weight, whether you smoke or not, the amount of alcohol you consume a week. It will tell you statistically when you are going to die. And for me, it wasn't even 79.4. It said I was going to die at 73 years old. So here's me at 32, I'm burnt out, and I've got another 35 years of this working stuff to do before I get to the retirement age. And then I get to enjoy 6 whole years before I die. That's, I'm a kind of numbers guy. And that was what the statistics were saying my life held for me. So at that point, 32, I decided I do not want to do this. I want to do something different. So I decided I was going to leave this job in a big company and do something else instead. So this is how my journey on the internet actually all started. This is what my typical week looked like, though, while I was 32 years old. And some of you might relate to this. If you've got a job, often that takes up, 35, 40 hours a week. But by the time you fill into your kind of weekly diary, all the things we have to do just to exist, getting the shopping, cleaning the car, cleaning your house, all that kind of stuff, you actually realize you've got very little time left for yourself to actually live this life and enjoy this life. And for me, I just had those 2 dark blue areas. Just a few hours a week was the only time I had to do what I wanted to do with my life. And I didn't really fancy working another 35 years of my life with just a couple of hours a week to do what I wanted to do. So big cathartic turning point for me. So around this time, as luck would have it, BT announced a redundancy scheme. So they're looking for volunteers to go. So I put my hand up and said, yeah, I'm willing to leave. I had no plan what I was going to do. I just decided I didn't want to do this anymore. So I started looking around for what I could do. And one of the things I found myself doing was going to a seminar. And that's me sat at a seminar. And the seminar I went to, it was all about information products. And the guy who was running the seminar had become a millionaire from selling information. And by information, the kind of information he was selling was generally training information, training products. Now, these days, it was mostly on DVDs. So it was educational DVDs. It had a fairly simple business model. What he was doing was buying educational DVD training courses. He was actually buying most of them from the USA. He was finding people that had created educational DVD courses in the USA on various different topics. He was licensing those DVDs for the UK market. He was paying an upfront license fee of $5,000 to $10,000, and then he was selling those DVDs in the UK market. And the beauty of his business model was that when you sell information, it's pretty much all profit. So he was selling sets of DVDs, training course on DVD for, say, £500, and his cost for that set of DVDs was about £10. 10 discs cost you about £1 a disc to make a disc. So in those days, it was kind of 98% profit margin business, a pretty amazing business. So I thought I'm going to have a little go at this information product business as well. But the internet was becoming, already, even when I learned about this, DVDs were becoming a little bit old hat. So I thought I would look into selling digital products, information products, but selling them online rather than as a physical product. Okay. And my plan B was that I actually played in a pub covers band, and I thought, what we could do? We could actually become a Coldplay tribute band, or we could maybe make a little bit of money from that. So at the weekends, I started going out as a Chris Martin, as a Coldplay tribute band with my friends. In fact, we were the first Coldplay tribute in the UK. So that was my plan B, basically. So that was me leaving BT, 32 years old. I'm going to try and sell information products, and if that doesn't work out, I'm going to try and be a part-time rock star. If that doesn't work out, hell, I'll go and collect the trolleys at the supermarket or something. I didn't know what I was going to do, but I decided customer services was not it. So this was my first ever internet project. It was a guide, an information product, an educational guide, an ebook, if you like, on investing in property in Bulgaria. Now, you might wonder why Bulgaria, or even where is Bulgaria? Bulgaria is a country in Eastern Europe. And the reason that I wrote a guide about investing in property in Eastern Europe was because Bulgaria was about to join the European Union. And all of the experts, all the financial pundits, the Financial Times, the Economist, all the people that seem to know about money were all saying property prices in Bulgaria will quadruple overnight as soon as Bulgaria becomes part of the EU. Okay. Now, when I left BT, I got a little bit of redundancy money. I didn't get very much, it was just under £5,000. So in dollars, that's probably about $7,000. That's what I got in exchange for my 14 years of service as my redundancy money. But what I did with that money was I actually bought a property in Bulgaria because it was being tipped as the place to buy a property. It was about the only place in the world I could afford to buy a property. So I bought this house in Bulgaria. That's the picture of it in the bottom left corner. It's not the most beautiful house in the world, I grant you. But what I did was I wrote a guide, and it was started off as just a Word document, which I converted into a PDF document, and I made a real simple, ugly website. And I'm showing you the simple, ugly website here. And I decided to try selling this guide on buying property in Bulgaria, targeted at UK investors, for £20 a copy. So in US dollars, that's what, about $26 a copy. And I was frankly amazed that I started selling 20 copies of this a day for £20 a copy. So £400 a day, $600 equivalent per day, selling information that was all out there on the internet. See, everything in this guide I found on the internet. Really, I was just recycling. Everything that I wrote in this guide was actually information that I'd learned about online. But here's the key thing, and this is a key takeaway, first key takeaway for you, is that these days just about everything is online for free, right? If you want to go and watch the latest movie, you can probably find it online for free somewhere, right? If you want to listen to the latest record by someone, it's online, right? Everything's online. But what people will pay money for is time saving. And everything in this guide was free, but it taken me about 100 hours of research to find all the information. So if somebody wanted all that same information, they too could spend 100 hours doing research, or they could give me £20, $25, and have all the information laid out for them, really simple, easy to follow, and save themselves 100 hours of searching around the internet looking for stuff. And that's basically what they were deciding to do. And if you think of it in the bigger context of things, if they're about to spend 5,000, 10,000, 20,000 buying a property in Bulgaria, investing 25 just to find the important information that you should consider before you make that investment is pretty wise thing to do, isn't it? You know, I'm sure many of you have bought a book on a topic before you jumped in and maybe invested your life savings in something. It's very common, isn't it, that we do a little bit of due diligence. So that's what happened. So first attempt at internet marketing, suddenly I'm making $500 a day every day from my first little ebook. So guess what I did next? I did another one. I then wrote a guide on Croatia property, which is another Eastern European country, exactly the same formula. Researched everything there was to know about investing in property in Croatia, wrote a guide on it, made a little website for it, started selling 10 to 20 copies of that one a day. Then I did Slovakia, Slovenia, Romania, France, Italy, Spain. I actually did Florida as well, did somewhere in the USA. But I kept going until I ran out of places that Brits were buying holiday homes. So I ended up doing 34 property investment guides on places that I'd never even visited on holiday, let alone bought a property in. But nevertheless, these were good, comprehensive guides on all the things you need to know about before you invested in a property in those countries. And that's literally how I made my first million from the spare room in my house with these 34 property investment guides, which was really just a research job. I think of this whole project as all I was doing was researching a country, researching the property market in a country, amalgamating all the information together, creating a guide out of it, making a little web page for it, setting some stuff up to get that web page some traffic, and then on to the next one. And after the first few, I realized I could get a bigger business quicker by actually outsourcing that research time. So I started paying researchers, aka students, to do the research and write the guides for me, because I could pay a student $1,000 to research and write one of these. And for $1,000, I'm getting somebody to create something that's making me hundreds of dollars back every single day. So very often I would make my investment in creating the product back in the first week of sales. So that's how I got started in internet marketing. And yeah, this business model is exactly the same business model that I've got loads of students using right now as well. And I'm going to share with you lots of examples in this presentation of real world examples of this kind of stuff to kind of really get you thinking of the kind of thing that you could do. Now, from there, what I did was I diversified. I thought, God, I love this internet. This is a way just to print money. What else could I do guides on? So I did all sorts of how-to guides on various topics, from things like yoga and meditation to electrical wiring regulations to staging properties for sale to how to become an international school teacher to how to run your own cleaning business to how to open a coffee shop, how to do plastering, bricklaying, plumbing. I just went crazy. Did over 100 different online course, ebook, how-to guides in a huge range of different subjects. The thing in common with all of the subjects was I had zero prior knowledge of those subjects. So I either did them in one of a couple of ways. Either I became the expert in that subject and I researched it like I'd done with the first one, or I partnered with an expert, and many of my early products were actually created by friends, people that I knew. I had a friend who ran a cleaning business, so he wrote the How to Start Your Own Cleaning Business guide. I had a friend who was a school teacher. He wrote the guide on how to become a school teacher. So I either partnered with people that I knew, and I just did a simple 50-50 split and said, you write it, you create it, I'll sell it, we'll share the proceeds. Or the other way was I outsourced and I found a topic that I thought was in demand and I paid somebody to research it and create the guide. So I took the risk. I paid them an upfront fee, typically $1,000 to create something, but then I keep 100% of the sales revenue for that product. Okay, so that's how the next few million came along, just by diversifying and doing a whole range of different how-to information products on different subjects. From there, I got the bug for this internet stuff. I started jumping on planes, coming to America, coming to seminars. So I came to Armand Morin, some of you might know that name, his big seminar. I remember going to that in Atlanta many years ago. That was the biggest internet marketing seminar at the time. And at that seminar, all the speakers were talking about membership sites and continuity income. So I came back to the UK and I created my first ever membership site, which is called Business Opportunity Review. And that was my next £1 million business, because I grew that site to getting £55,000 per month of recurring subscription revenue, so over $500,000 a year. So it took less than 2 years for that to top $1 million. And that was just a site where people could read reviews of business schemes and franchises that they'd tried. So that was kind of fun. Then I started selling physical products online. The first thing I did was sell air conditioning equipment online. Then I created online services. I created an online lottery business. That was another business I did. Then I realized that I was doing this the hard way. I was coming up with all the ideas for all the things to sell. And actually, there are loads of businesses out there with products and services for sale. And I could actually just promote their existing products and services and take a commission, rather than having to be the one who kind of invents the idea. So I started doing affiliate marketing. And by this point, I'd made several £1 million in my first couple of years. And friends, people that I knew, started asking me, wow, what are you doing on this internet? How are you making all this money with the internet? So I sat down with a couple of friends and I taught them what I'd figured out myself. I taught them the basic business model. And basically what I taught them is what I'm going to teach you tonight. I'm going to teach you a 3-step model for making money online. And guess what? Those friends went away and started making their own millions too. In fact, one of them has now done over £7 million. That's over $10 million, right? And it all started with just spending a couple of hours with me learning the secrets that I'm going to share with you today. So I realized I'd actually created a valuable skill, which was knowing how to do internet marketing just by doing it, just by launching all these businesses. So I started a company called Internet Business School to teach internet marketing as well. So as I sit here today, I've actually got 11 companies that I run. One of them is called Internet Business School, which is my training company in internet marketing space. But the other companies are all actually internet-based businesses in various different niches that sell products and services on the internet. So that's just a little background to me. This picture on the left there is actually me on stage at the London O2 Arena speaking to 8,000 people. And that picture was taken 5 years into my journey. So within 5 years, I'd gone from zero to a self-made multimillionaire, and I started getting asked to speak at big seminars. I've got to share the stage with Richard Branson, President Clinton, Tony Robbins, Lord Sugar, Brian Tracy, Bob Proctor, all these kind of gurus whose books I used to read. I featured on cover of magazines, wrote a #1 business book, and I've now got a number of different businesses in different niches. I'm going to share with you some of those in this presentation as well. I also featured in the Sunday Times newspaper, on ITV News over here. There's a picture of me in my back garden with a couple of nice cars and my 2 little doggies there. They're border collies, so that's what we call them over here. They're very similar to your American shepherds or Australian shepherds, if you're familiar with those dogs. Very similar breed, but that's me. So Internet Business School is my training company. And we train over 10,000 business owners and entrepreneurs how to make money online. We're an accredited diploma awarding body here in the UK. I've personally taught at Oxford University to their MBA students, to their Masters Business students. I've delivered training for several of the major banks in the UK, to their business customers, to NatWest and RBS banks. We've also taught around the world. So I've actually taught in Australia, Dubai, Malaysia, South Africa, all across Europe, Germany, Slovenia, etc. And we were appointed by Alibaba.com as their training partner for the UK. If you want to check us out online, go to Google Reviews or Trustpilot. You'll see we've literally got hundreds of reviews with an average score of 4.9 out of 5. So we are the real deal, quite simply because what we teach is what I actually do every day in the other businesses. So we're just teaching what we actually do. You know, we're not teaching theory, we're not teaching stuff that's 5 years old. We're teaching stuff that really works right now, and we know it works because it's what we're actually doing. So I want you to think about how many income streams do you have, because this has been a tough period, right, with this COVID-19, and a lot of people have lost their jobs. A lot of people have been furloughed. I think we've been hit harder here than you have in the States, although I think you're doing your best to catch up. So loads of people that I know have lost their jobs. Loads of people that I know have just been furloughed off work. They haven't worked. Loads of industries are still closed. I sit here today. Most of the high street is closed. All non-essential shops are still closed. They've been closed for months. Gyms are closed. Hairdressers are closed. So many businesses aren't open. Restaurants, pubs, closed, can't open. Wedding venues, closed. Hotels, closed. Nothing is open. It feels like nothing's open. It's basically food shops and pharmacies. That's all that's open here in the UK right now. So many people have lost their income. And it's been a big wake-up call for people, making people realise that all their income comes from one place. They've got one job. And if something like a pandemic comes along and it means that that job can't open, then that's their income gone. How are they going to put food on the table? So people have realized that it's really important that you have multiple streams of income. Now, you might have investments, you might have property investments, you might have other income streams, but do they work in a pandemic? You might have already discovered this. You might have already found that your income's been hit in the current pandemic. But I'm a big believer that everybody should have multiple streams of income. So there's another big takeaway I want you to take away from today, is that you should definitely have multiple streams of income. I think everyone should have at least 3 sources of income, because if something unexpected comes along, then hopefully, and it takes out one of the 3, you've still got 2 ways you can make money, right? So I've come up with this checklist for a future-proof business, right? A future-proof business that works particularly in a pandemic. And that is, firstly, something can be done from home, something that can scale, make you a significant amount of money, something that is fast to learn how to set up, something that uses stuff you've already got. You don't need to buy any specialist equipment, something that can be done at any time of the day or night. It doesn't require you to be in attendance for certain hours, something that requires a minimal amount of time, and it's easy and it's fun to do. And I can tell you right now, no big surprise, an internet business is this. This is what internet businesses are, okay? And that's what I'm going to teach you today. So the system, tell me about the system, Simon. The system is this. What I've realized is all the business I've made, all the millions that I've made from internet-based businesses, there are 3 core things that you need. That's it. If you learn these 3 things, that's the secret of my success. So the first thing you need is something to sell, some kind of product or service to sell. The second thing that you need is somewhere to sell that thing, that product, that service from, and that is called a website, not surprisingly, okay? So give me a 1 in the chat box if you already have a product or service to sell and you already have a website, but you're not rich yet. Give me a 1 if that's you. Let me just see how many of you that applies to. And give me a 2 if you haven't got a business yet, you don't have any product or service to sell. So give me a 1 if you've already got something to sell and you've already got a website. Give me a 2 if you haven't got a product or service to sell right now. Okay, let's have a look. So we can see John's a 1, Shirley's a 1, Lonnie's a 2, Mohammed's a 2. Okay, so we've got a bit of a mixture here. Looks like it's about 50-50 split between those of you with products and services and those of you without. Don't worry, we're going to cater for both of you on this webinar. But for those of you that are 1s, those of you that have got products and services to sell and you've got a website already, but you're not rich yet, let me tell you why. There's only one reason why. The reason why is you screwed up on step 3. And step 3 is simply this. Step 3 is you need an audience. You need someone to sell to. You see, you can have the best product in the world, you can have the best website in the world, but if no one ever comes to it, you're never going to sell anything, you're never going to make any money. So the third step is massively important, and that's how you get traffic to your website. okay? But if you just master these three things, if you master finding what are in-demand products, what are things that people want to buy, okay? So getting the right products in the first place. If you master making a good website that will convert visitors into customers, and if you master getting lots of people coming to that website, if you just do those three things, you can make money with any kind of business. And literally, I know this because I've got all sorts of different businesses. I run self-storage centers here in the UK. I've got a recording studio. I've got training businesses. I've got property businesses. I've got loads of stuff going on, but I just apply these three principles and they all make lots and lots of money. Okay, you need these three things. So we're going to talk about these three things in this presentation. So step one is, what are you going to sell? Now, in the old days before the internet, there are various different business models, and these business models have constraints. Okay, so you might have been a professional. You know, many of us were taught by our parents to go and learn a skill, learn a trade, become a professional. But the problem with that is there is a ceiling on the amount of money that you can earn, because it's basically the hourly rate for that skill multiplied by the number of hours you're willing to work per week. So that's the ceiling in any profession, right? There's a maximum amount of money you're probably going to earn in any given profession. It's just the hourly rate for that profession times the number of hours you're going to work per week. You might have had a shop before the internet. Now that's got a constraint on it. The constraint on a shop is the number of people that walk past your shop every day. That's your target audience, right? I'm talking pre-internet here, by the way. So if you wanted to sell more stuff, you needed what? Another shop in another town. That was the only way to grow. So you've got this natural constraint. There's a finite number of people that come past the shop every day. And the third kind of business in the old pre-internet model was manufacturing. And again, there's constraints there in terms of the capacity of the equipment you've got to manufacture stuff, the size of your factory, and the availability of markets, etc. So the old business models pre-internet were all constrained. But what I love about the internet is it's brought along what I call infinitely scalable business models. So the first one is digital publishing with books and eBooks. If you write an ebook, there is no constraint. You could sell 1,000 copies, 10,000 copies, 100,000 copies, and you don't need to do any more work. You do the work up front, you write the book. Once the book is done, doesn't matter how many copies you sell, you don't need to do any more work. So we've broken this tie of like time for money. There's no constraint on that. And the same is true, of course, for online courses. If you create an online course, you do the work once, you create an online course, that makes you money for years and years to come. And the amount of money you can make is phenomenal. We've got a student that created a course on mindfulness. She sells it for £27, that's about 35, 40 US dollars. And she sold over 10,000 units so far, still selling more every week. But 10,000 times £27 is £270,000 in dollars, about $350,000. And that's for something that took her 2 weeks to write. It's a course that took 2 weeks to make. So I don't know about you, but I quite like the idea of working for 2 weeks and making $350,000. And that number goes up every week without having to do any more work. That's a pretty good return on your time, isn't it? And that's what we're talking about with online business models. These days, you can sell physical products online as well. Now, in the old days, you'd sell physical products through a shop. But today, you can sell them through an online shop, through a web page. And the beauty of that is that instead of having a shop on the high street, where you had a finite number of people that walk past your shop, now, if your shop is online, you can actually reach 3.5 billion people on this planet. Half of the world's population can see your shop. They can come into your shop virtually on the internet. They can press a button, they can buy from you. You can ship stuff to anyone, anywhere in the world. So physical products being sold through the internet is a huge, huge business. And I'm sure you've all seen the stats on the news about how much e-commerce rose last year. In the UK, we had some big lockdowns. Online sales tripled last year, went up 300%. That's kind of crazy. Okay, another business model you can use the internet for is something called resale rights. And actually, that's the model that the guy I learned from did. And that was the model where you find someone who's already created something like an educational product. Let's say you pay them an upfront fee to license that product, and then you can sell copies of that product and you keep 100% of the proceeds. So rather than you creating your own online course, you can basically license someone else's online course, and you can just sell copies of that and you can keep 100% of the money. So that's another really profitable, infinitely scalable business model too. Next one is affiliate marketing. And again, this is infinitely scalable. there is an almost limitless number of products out there which you can promote for a commission. If you think about it, eBay has got an affiliate scheme, and so has Amazon. That means that every product on eBay and Amazon, you can make money from, right? How many millions of different products is that? That's quite a few millions to start with, isn't it? But then just about every major branded business has some sort of referral scheme, partner program where you can earn a commission for promoting their products and services. So there is literally an almost infinite supply of products and services out there which you can promote as an affiliate, and you can earn money by just earning a commission on each sale. And if you take that business model and you tie it in with a traffic generation strategy using a free traffic source like YouTube or Facebook, you've got a business, right? All you're doing is you're just sending traffic to affiliate offers and you're making commissions. So that's huge as well. That's another infinitely scalable business model. And the last one of the 6 I'm going to talk about today is marketing consultant. And that is, if you learn these skills, if you learn about digital marketing, then what you've got is a really valuable skill which is in high demand. In the UK right now, marketing experts, people who know about digital marketing, the market rate is £200 per hour. It's about $260 per hour for someone that knows how to do online marketing. Okay, so if you learn these skills, it's really, really lucrative. And we've got many students here in the UK that have learned about this stuff and set up their own multi-million agencies providing digital marketing services, because every business needs to do digital marketing these days, right? Every single business needs to be a digital business, right? Especially now with COVID and lockdown, is like businesses realize that it's the only way to sell, right? All their customers are finding them online. So it's a massive in-demand skill, learning and being able to help businesses with their digital marketing. So if you haven't written down already, take a photo of that slide or write down those 6 models across the bottom, because that's 6 ways that you can make money online, starting from home-based internet businesses. So I'm going to teach you a bit more about this, and then teach you about the website piece and about traffic generation as well. So sit tight. But let me give you some more examples of people that we've taught how to do this. And hopefully we give these examples because I want these to spark off ideas for you, because I don't know what career you're in, I don't know what business you're in, but hopefully one of these might be something similar to the business that you're in, or something that you know about, or if not you, then something that someone you know knows about. And they might just get that little idea and think, wow, yeah, maybe I could do that. So let me tell you about Frankie. Frankie came on a training course with us here in London. She was a former police officer. She'd done 10 years in the police service. She'd left the police, a bit disgruntled, and decided she wanted to be a beauty technician. And she was a mobile beauty technician. She didn't have her own salon or anything. She literally drove to people's houses, did beauty treatments, did like eyelash extensions and eyebrows and that kind of stuff. And then she'd go to the next lady's house and do another beauty treatment there. And she came on a course originally to learn how to get more clients for a beauty business. When she came on the course, she heard me talking about this concept of infinitely scalable businesses, about how if you sold an online course, you did it work once and you get paid multiple times forever without doing any more work. So she decided to create a course on eyelash extensions. And she made a course on eyelash extensions, not in 2 weeks, in 1 day. So she got a camera guy to film her literally doing eyelash extensions. And in 1 day, she made her first online course, 1 day's work. She started selling this course on how to do eyelash extensions and started making over £20,000 per month. That's 26,000 US dollars per month, selling an online course on eyelash extensions. For every copy that she sold, didn't have to do any work, because it was just a pre-recorded set of tutorials that were in a members area. The shopping cart system automatically gave the next person a user ID and password. So that's it. It's zero touch fulfillment, nothing to do. And Frankie has now created more beauty courses, and she's gone to over 1 million per year selling online courses, teaching people how to do things like eyelash extensions. How crazy is that? She was earning 11,000 per year when she walked in the door on her training course. So she went from 11,000 a year to over 1 million a year. That's 100x increase in her earnings, 100 times increase, just by changing how she applied her knowledge and expertise. Instead of being a practitioner of it, she became a teacher of it. And instead of a live one-to-one teacher of it, she became an online course teacher of it, because then you do it once, you record it, and then you've got a product and then you can sell it. So think about that model and think about who do you know who's got knowledge or expertise? Who do you know that's got a skill that there are courses on that thing? And after this webinar, go and have a little Google and see how much it costs to buy an online course on a topic that maybe you know about or someone that you know knows about, and then play with some numbers. Then just imagine that you could sell 1,000 units of that course, or what if you could sell 5,000 units of that course? What would that mean to you? How much money would that make? And it'll blow you away. Here's another example. This is a guy called Rick. Rick was a firefighter here in the UK, and he created his first ever course, which was the imaginatively titled How to Become a Firefighter. He just did a guide on how to get a job in the fire service. He made a simple website that started selling quite well. So then he did another one, how to become a paramedic. And then he did another one, how to become a police officer, right? And Rick has now gone on to do over 100 different career guides. I've got a little video from Rick here, just talking about how much money he's made from this website. And you can see this website online. It's called how to, the number 2, and then the word become.com. But let's just hear from Rick, see how much money he's made from this site.
Hi, my name's Rick McMunn, and since working with Simon Coulson, I've made over £7 million. It's enabled me to give up my day job, gives me tons of freedom, and it's the best move I ever made. So if you get a chance to work with Simon, he comes 100% recommended.
So there's a firefighter that was earning about 35,000 a year. He's now made 7 million, leaving the fire service and just taking his knowledge and expertise to write that first guide. But all those other guides, he's never been a police officer, he's never been a paramedic. But what does he know? He knows police officers and he knows paramedics from being in the fire service. But some of you on this call, so on this webinar, might know police officers, you might know paramedics, you might know train drivers, you might know bus drivers, you might know taxi drivers, you might know someone who's got a job where you can work with them like Rick has done and create something with them that you market and you share the profits with them. It's a brilliant business model, and this business does hundreds of thousands per month selling career guides on different careers, just based on Rick finding an expert in that niche and effectively just being the publisher of these career guides. Here's another example. This guy called Matt. He was a martial arts instructor, and he, similar to Frankie really, decided to create some videos teaching some martial arts rather than going and doing the lessons one-to-one live all the time. Made some videos, started selling the videos, now got a 6-figure income from selling videos on how to do martial arts instead of doing it live in person. Of course, he's so glad he did in the last year because all the gyms have had to close. So he's not been able to do any live classes in the last year here in the UK. This is Gary. And this is kind of mind-blowing, I think, because many people don't realize that they've got 500,000 or 1 million in their head already, between their ears, right? Because all Gary did was he wrote an information product, an ebook on how to become a car broker, which is the job that he was doing when he came on a training course. So he just thought, well, I know about being a car broker. I'm going to write a guide on becoming a car broker. That guide that he wrote, that took him about 2 weeks to write, has made him over £500,000. That's about 600,000 US dollars just for 2 weeks work. 2 weeks work for $600,000. That'd be okay, wouldn't it? And it's a small little niche market. That's, you stop 100 people on the street in London and ask them, do you want to become a car broker? Most of them don't even know what a car broker is. It's not a top career, but there's enough people. That's the point. There's enough people that have bought this guide. In fact, Gary has sold over 5,000 copies of this guide in a little country like the UK, and he sells it for £100 a copy. Right now, on the face of it, it might sound like a lot for an ebook, right? £100, £97 he sells this for. That's about 130 US dollars, right? 130 US dollars for an ebook. But don't think of it like that. Think of what does a franchise cost, because a franchise actually is like a business startup manual, effectively, isn't it? You get some other things, maybe you get some branding with it as well, but really information is worth to people what they can make from it, okay? And when Gary sells this guide, this ebook, what he does, and firstly, he doesn't call it an ebook, he calls it a business startup manual, okay, rather than an ebook, because straight away it sounds like it's more valuable. Business startup manual has got a higher perceived value than an ebook. But what he does in the marketing for this is he says this business manual will teach you how to make £500 on your very first deal. So if somebody buys this thing for £100 and it's going to teach them how to make 500 on their first deal, what does that mean? That means they get a 500% return on investment the first time they use the knowledge in this manual. And they can use the knowledge as many times as they like. And it's got a money back guarantee, so it's zero risk. So you see, suddenly it sounds like quite a good proposition, doesn't it? Spend 100, guarantee you'll make 500. Who wouldn't take that offer up? And he's found over 5,000 people have taken it up, and he's turned that knowledge into over £500,000, $600,000. Pretty cool. This is a lady student of ours. She has got this website in the UK, Centre of Excellence. She's got hundreds of different training courses on different subjects. Similar model to Rick. She's partnered with experts in different areas. But look at the numbers. And remember that the USA, which is where most of you are today, is 10 times as big as the UK. We're just a little country, but look at this. She's got a canine behavior training course that she sells here. She sold 8,000 of them in the UK for £127. That's over £1 million. That's $1.3 million from one course. She has got hundreds of courses on this website. You know the funny thing? She doesn't appear in this course at all. She hasn't got a dog. She doesn't like dogs. She just found a dog trainer and paid a dog trainer to create the course. She paid him a couple of thousand. So invested 2,000, turned it into over $1 million. Pretty good return on investment. It's like a 500x return on investment. Pretty good, right? So online courses are huge. Hopefully that's sinking in. Here's another example, a guy called Bill. Bill's one of our students. He created an ebook with a friend. He had a friend who was a physiotherapist. He thought she was an expert in something. He couldn't think of any products to create himself, so he just partnered with her. He did the marketing. She created the guide. They've made £350,000, about 400,000 US dollars from an ebook on a rare medical condition called Osgood-Schlatter's syndrome that I'd never even heard of. But you know what? There's enough people that suffer from that have put $400,000 in their pockets. So it could be a tiny, tiny little niche. There could be a physical business. Some of you might have physical businesses where you sell products and services. This is one of our students, a guy called Frank. Frank's got a garden centre. In the UK, garden centres had to close last year. Still not allowed to open now. But he created an online store and did £1.7 million in 6 months from a brand new online store, and it blew his mind. But here's why it shouldn't have blown his mind, because if you've got a traditional business where customers come to your business, your catchment area is probably 20, 30, 40 miles, right? People probably don't travel that much further than that to come and buy from you. As soon as you go online, your catchment area is the world. Anyone on this planet can go use the internet, they can find your website, they can buy your product or service. So he's realized he's been massively missing a trick, because he's at a garden center turning over a few $100,000 a year. Now suddenly, because COVID's forced him to go online, he's found there's 1.7 million in 6 months without even trying. So great example, right? So affiliate marketing, I touched on this earlier. Affiliate marketing is where you promote other people's products and services for a commission. Now, there are lots of affiliate networks and affiliate directory sites out there, and these sites list companies with offers that are looking for more customers, and they're willing to pay a commission, a referral fee, if you find them more customers. And Jay is one of our coaches here at Internet Business School in the UK, and he specializes in this strategy. And this website, it's worth noting, this website actually, offervault.com, if you're not familiar with it, offervault.com. This is a website that lists lots and lots of companies with offers that pay commission. And all Jay does is he goes to this site, he looks for offers to promote, and then he makes short little YouTube videos, and he makes Facebook posts that relate to those offers. And he earns commission on any sales that come from traffic that he generates using those strategies. And he does over 20,000 a month as passive part-time income, literally just for doing a bit of that, just for an hour or two a week, doing affiliate marketing. He's making £20,000 a month, about 25,000 US per month, just from promoting other people's products and services using free traffic sources like Facebook and YouTube. Now, I mentioned digital marketing as another thing. If you learn about this, this is a student of ours, Katherine. So one of the things she's done is she builds websites for people, and she can build a website in 2 hours and sell it for between £500 and £1,000. That's in about 600 and 1,200 US dollars. And she also does affiliate marketing now as well. So she's promoted this coffee product, for example, and earns over 7,000 a month in affiliate commissions for promoting this affiliate products, which is a coffee related product too. This is Mark. Mark has not got any of his own products. All he's done is he's licensed other people's products and he promotes those by purchasing upfront the resale rights to those products and then sells them as if they were his own and keeps 100% of the sales proceeds. He made over $500,000 in 18 months from doing that. And it could be physical products. I mentioned Amazon earlier. This is Ashley, the guy in the bottom right corner there. This is our mastermind group. And Ashley does over 9 million a year selling products like these. Now, these are low ticket products. These are like £2, £3, £3. Very cheap products, but very high profit margins. These are typically 50, 60% profit margin products. And what Ashley does is he sells through Amazon. So Amazon is his channel to market because Amazon has got 500 million people's credit card details in there. So people will buy products from there. One click, I'm sure many of you buy on Amazon all the time. I know I do. And this is a fantastic opportunity for you to sell products online. Excuse my dogs barking in the background if you can hear them. Did show you the picture of them earlier. A bit hard to turn them down remotely, but I'm sure they'll be quiet in a minute. Cool. Now, this is Rob. Rob went down the digital marketing route as well, actually learning. He was actually a car mechanic, reskilled as a digital marketer, made 11,000 in his first month, brand new, never done this before. But look at this. This is Charlie. Charlie was actually at university when she did the course, so still studying at college. And she became a social media manager, started managing social media accounts for businesses, charges them £500 per business per month to look after their Facebook and their Instagram accounts typically. And here she is picking up a brand new Mercedes car while still at university. Now, I don't know how the funding works for you in the US, but in the UK, most students come out of college, come out of university with around 50,000 of debt that they owe for their college fees and for living expenses while they've been at college. And the government lends them that money, but then it gets taken back through taxation for the first 10 or so years of their working career, right? So this is not usual. This is not usual for someone who's still a student, still at university, to be buying brand new Mercedes cars and having a business that's earning thousands per month, right? But learn about this stuff, and this is what happens. This is Sadat. He builds chatbots for people. This is another niche within digital marketing. You can earn £3,000, that's like $3,500, $4,000 to build a chatbot for a business. When you learn how to do it, it'll only take you a couple of hours to do it. So very lucrative, very high demand. Every business wants a chatbot these days. You can make a lot of money from that. This is a guy called Matt. Matt runs a digital marketing agency in the UK, another one of our students. He specializes in managing Facebook advertising accounts for people, and he charges £5,000 minimum per customer. And he picks up 5 to 10 new customers every single month to look after their Facebook ads campaign. So hopefully you're getting what I'm saying here is that the internet has created all these opportunities. I'm just trying to give you as many as I can in the short space of time. But hopefully you're realizing it's like, oh my God, there are so many ways to make money with the internet, right? And this is a great example. This is a young lad called Nick. Nick came on the course at 22 years old with me, 22 years old. He's now got an agency that does 3 million per year. Digital marketing agency, 3 million per year, no prior experience. No experience of digital marketing whatsoever before he came and spent 3 days with me and learned how to do this stuff. Okay, so hopefully you're realizing there are plenty of ways to make money. Let me know in the chat box how many ways you think you could do. So we covered books and ebooks, we covered online courses, we covered affiliate marketing, we covered resale rights, we covered physical products, we covered marketing consultant. Let me know in the chat box how many of those you think you could potentially do, okay? Give me a number, let me see. Fantastic. Okay, 3, 4, 3, 3, 5. Michelle thinks 5. Brilliant. Good. So the point I want you to take on board is that most of you can do several of these things. I actually do all of these things. I've got businesses in all of these different niches, right? Because if one makes you money and another one does, why not do another one? Especially if you can be the business owner and you don't even have to do the work, right? I've got businesses that I run that do these things that I don't even turn up. I have nothing to do with them whatsoever. They just run autonomously. But the point I'm trying to make you is there are all these ways of making huge amounts of money using the internet. If you just spend a bit of time learning about them, then it's like that is your get out of jail card. That is your passport to as much money as you want to earn for the rest of your life, basically. And rather than relying on a paycheck, rather than relying on a salary for a job that you might not have next week, isn't it smarter to learn about some of these ways to make money and put some of these things in practice and start making some money like the people I'm showing you have? Hopefully it has. Right, but this was only step one, remember. This was products and services to sell. So we need to talk a bit about the other two steps as well. So let's do that now. Let's move on and let's talk about step 2 and step 3. So step 2 is somewhere to sell from. So this is some of the essential things that you need to do on your website to make people want to buy from you, okay? And indeed to make your website actually appear in search engine rankings as well. So firstly, your website needs to look really, really good. It needs to have a fantastic look and feel. It's one of the first differentiators between people. They're going to look at your website or someone else's website. So if you're both selling the same product at the same price, which one are they going to buy from? They're going to buy from the one that looks the best, right? So having a good look and feel has become really, really important. So make sure, it's one of the secrets to my websites, is I just make sure they just look like the best in class, right? Putting a video on your website is really important. Having a video on your homepage makes a difference too. For 2 reasons. One is people buy from people. So put a video of you talking about your product or service on your webpage. People are more likely to buy. But also, here's something you may not know, is that Google's algorithm is based on a number of different factors, in fact, over 200 different factors. But one of the factors is called average visitor duration. It's the average amount of time that people spend on a website. And the longer that duration, the better Google thinks that website is. So anything you can do to make people stay on your website longer is going to help your search engine rankings. Now, if you put a video on your website and the video is vaguely interesting and say it lasts a minute or 2 long, what that normally means is that people land on your website and they watch your video. And if they watch the video and it's a minute long, you just got the average visitor duration up by 1 minute. So they're going to spend longer on your website, which means that Google's going to reward you by putting you higher up their search engine ranking. So video is really important to have on your site too. Opt-ins are really important, but not the old school opt-ins. In the early days of internet, it used to be enter your name and email address and we'll give you our free report, top 10 tips, etc. Those days are gone. You need to be a bit cuter than that now. What you need to do these days is, have that as well, because some people will leave you their email address, not so many these days. But you firstly need to have connection points to all the different social channels. So follow me on Instagram, subscribe to my YouTube channel, follow me on Facebook, etc. Right? So all those social channels, you need that integration point. But the other thing you want to be doing is what I call the automatic opt-in, and that is called remarketing. And that is a feature that I'm sure you've experienced when you visit a website. You don't enter any of your details, you leave the website, but then wherever you go on the internet, you keep seeing adverts for that same company popping up wherever you go, right? They've done that using cookies. That's using a technique called remarketing or retargeting. All that happened is when you visited their website the first time, a little cookie got stored on your hard drive, and then they've built an advertising campaign targeted at people that have got that cookie, i.e. targeted at people that have visited their website previously, okay? And that is a killer strategy right there. We use that massively in our businesses in the UK because we know that people don't always buy on the first glance. They might come to look at our website, but they haven't got their credit card with them today. They need to check the date. They need to check with their partner. They might be at work and can't order it right now, but they meant to come back and order it tonight, but they forgot, or they can't even remember the name of your company. If you use remarketing, you can start bombarding them with adverts wherever they go on the internet. And you only pay if they re-engage. You only pay for those ads if they actually click and come back to your website. So it's a really powerful technique. Have a really clear call to action. Make sure it's abundantly clear what it is that you want people to do on your site. Have special offers. People love special offers. Most of our websites have a special offer, different deal of the month. We mix it up every month, but everybody loves a deal. Always have an upsell at point of purchase. So when someone's buying something off you, always offer them something else as well and try and sell them a second or a third product, because a percentage of them will always buy, right? One of our businesses, we get 24% of people take an upsell, which doubles the value. So 1 in 4 people spend twice as much just because we added one little extra step. We just asked the question, hey, while you're here, you're buying this, that's great. Would you like to buy this as well, right? 1 in 4 people just go, yeah, okay, I'll do that. Brilliant. That just increased the cart value by 50% for like 1 in 4 people. Fantastic. You need a sales funnel. A sales funnel is basically an ascendancy of products and services. The principle of sales funnel is you start with a low ticket, low priced item. If people buy that, then you offer them a higher priced item. If people buy that, you offer them even a higher priced item. And the thinking is this: if you were selling something for $1,000 and you drove 100 people to your webpage, then maybe one person might buy, right? If you drive those same 100 people to a website that say sells something for $20, what you might find is that 20 people buy. It's a much easier investment, $20. So 20 out of the 100 might buy your $20 product. Then if you offer them like a $4.95 product, you might find that 10 out of your 20 bought that product. And then if you offered a $1,000 product, what you might find is that 5 out of your 20 buyers bought that product. So you've made a lot more money just by taking people incremental steps rather than just going straight for the big ticket item where they don't even know you. Yeah, there's the whole thing about know, like, and trust. So sales funnels are really important too. Reviews are really important. This is an important part of Google's algorithm these days. Google's algorithm uses your Google review score, and it also looks at review scores for industry review platforms that relate to the industry that your business is in, and it has a direct impact on your search engine ranking. So whatever business you're in, or if you haven't got a business yet, when you start a business, make sure that you collect reviews. You ask customers to leave you reviews, because that's going to have a big effect on your ranking and big differentiating factor between you and your competitors, right? Really, really key. And last one is measure, measure, measure. You should install Google Analytics, and you should have metrics on your website so you know how many people are coming to your website each day, how many of those people are leaving their contact details, how many of those people are buying your stuff, where in the world are they coming from, how long on average do they spend on your website, and make tweaks and see what difference it makes to the metrics, right? If you don't measure it, you can't improve it, right? Simple as that. So that's another secret of my success, is that we have metrics on websites, and we're always improving our websites. We're always staying ahead of the competitors. So there's not loads here, but these are just the core techniques that we use to make sure that our websites are doing the best job in the world at converting visitors into buyers and maximizing the amount of money. And if you just do these things better than your competitors, you're going to steal market share from them. And most people, most businesses don't know about these things. Some of them just do one or two of these things. You hardly ever find any competitor that's really good at all of these things. So if you just learn about these things and you start implementing all of these really well, you can make some big, big money. So that's some tips on step 2, which is the website piece. Now, the third thing I want to talk about is the traffic, right? Where you're going to get the traffic from to your business, to your online business. Now, we have got what we call the Magnificent 7 here. There are basically 7 major traffic sources that we use across all of my businesses, and that's it. So we've just learned to get traffic from 7 places, and that supports millions and millions of pounds worth of business every single year. Okay, so what are the 7 sources? The first one is search engines, right? Google being the lion's share. For us in the UK, Google's got about 90% search market share. I think last time I looked for US, it was a bit lower actually. It was about 76% market share. But getting a website to rank on Google is really key. That will get you loads and loads of free traffic, because Google is the first place that most people go when they're looking for something online. So if you have a website that comes out on the first page of Google, that means you're going to get loads of free traffic every single day. The next one is social media platforms, and the big ones in that obviously being Facebook and Instagram. So great big Goliaths, free traffic from those, and lots of different strategies that you can learn for getting free traffic from those sites. There's things that we teach around, making posts go viral, but also how do you find those communities? How do you find those groups of people that have already identified themselves and been interested in some sort of niche, and you can then target them. You can join those communities, you can post in those communities, and you can basically drive people over to your offers for free if you just learn a few simple techniques. Next one is video marketing, and the big Goliath in this space, of course, is YouTube. Now, I love video marketing. One of my businesses, we actually get 2 million views per month, right? 2 million views on a YouTube channel per month. Not for free, for better than free. What's better than free? How about YouTube pay us? YouTube pay us over $15,000 a month and send us 2 million viewers per month on one of our YouTube channels. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I mean, that's better than free traffic. Is paid traffic in reverse, where you get paid and you get sent the traffic, right? So that's an important thing to learn. All of you should start a YouTube channel for your business, and you should learn how to leverage YouTube so that not only does YouTube send you loads of free traffic, but it pays you and sends you lots of free traffic as well. Email marketing. Over time, you're going to build an email list, and that is going to be a valuable asset, and you can send emails to your list every single week and promote things to them. It's zero cost to send an email and works really, really well. You know, we, in one of my businesses, do webinars each week. The webinars we fill with emails, and we regularly do 20, 30, 40K of sales with zero marketing cost. The only marketing cost was just emailing our database of people, telling them about a webinar that we got coming up this week. Next one is paid advertising. So the two major paid advertising platforms are Google Ads and Facebook Ads, okay? Now, if you learn some techniques for using those platforms, you can get some pretty good return on investments. We spent £10,000 on an advertising campaign in January, and we turned it into over £100,000 in sales of an online product. So that's a 10x ROI using paid advertising. So use those platforms, but don't go in there blind, because it's easy to lose money as well if you don't know what you're doing. Educate yourself a bit around Google Ads, educate yourself around Facebook ads, but you should definitely be using those as a traffic source, because there is huge amounts of traffic out there you can tap into. Okay, just a couple more. Next one is deal sites. I don't know how many of these you have in the USA or where you are in the world, but one of the biggest ones we use in the UK is called Groupon, which I think are all around the world, Groupon. And they are a kind of special offer discount site, and they have a massive database of people, and you can partner with them and you can get them to promote your product to their list. As a JV, they'll want a 50% commission, but if you're selling something like an online course, it's 100% profit, isn't it? So you don't mind giving half the money to Groupon if they can introduce your product to, say, 8 million new customers, right? It's like, well, they want half the money, that's fine. It's still a lot of money. Half of a lot, I can tell you, is a lot, okay? And the last one on here is joint ventures. One of the big secrets that for our business growth is that rather than trying to find all our customers one by one, I realized many years ago that a smarter way to do this is to actually find bucket loads of customers. It's sometimes called finding the whales in your industry, right? Finding the big hitters in your industry, the big companies in your industry that have got big databases of tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands of people that would be interested in your product or service. So rather than trying to pick off customers one by ranking on the first page of Google for certain keyword phrases, what if you could just partner with someone who in one email could hit up 100,000 of your perfect customers, right? That's what I'm talking about. So we use this in many of my businesses, and it's a really mega powerful strategy. So that on screen is the Magnificent Seven. So if you've not written those down, photograph the screen, grab it, because they are what I would suggest to you are the only traffic generation strategies you need to learn. And if you just learn these seven, in fact, if you just learn some of these seven, you can make huge amounts of money, and they're not hard to learn. These are things that aren't rocket science. There are a few things you've got to learn. You have to do things the right way, but these are really, really powerful. And this is driving millions of pounds worth of sales for my businesses every year, but also for my students every year as well. Now, I'll show you a couple of examples of some of these in practice. So I've got a business in the music industry. It's called the Songwriting Academy. And we have optimized the site, so we rank #1 on Google Organic for phrases like songwriting course here in the UK on Google UK. But we also run a paid ad as well. Sometimes people think that's really strange. If you've got #1 organic, why would you run a paid ad as well? But a simple reason is this: if you ever played the board game Monopoly, you'll know that you make more money if you control more properties around the board, right? So the same is true of that Google real estate, that first page results page on Google. the scary stat is that less than 5% of people go to page 2 on Google results. Less than 5% of people. So you've got to be on that first page, really. 95% of people don't go beyond the first page of Google. So if you've got to be on the first page, obviously you've got more chance of somebody clicking on your website if you're there twice. So why not be there twice? Why not run a paid ad and have a natural organic listing as well, like we've done here? Works really, really well. This is an example of one of our students using YouTube. They actually teach how to play the djembe drum. Here's just one of their videos. Look, over 500,000 views on that video, and this is their entire sales funnel. Their entire sales funnel is basically free videos on YouTube. People watch the videos on YouTube, come across to their website because their website is mentioned in the description box on YouTube and actually in the video itself. They come over to the website, they get a bit more stuff for free, and then they get sold. So the sales funnel is kind of free, bit more free in exchange for an opt-in, and then a sale. So it's kind of like 2 free steps before the sale. But they've got an entire business built on that business model, built on leveraging free traffic from YouTube. This is what I was talking about for one of my businesses. This is 1 month back end of last year. It's actually gone up a bit since this, but in September last year, in just 1 month, 2.3 million views, and YouTube paid us $15,751. I'll say that again because people struggle to get this sometimes. So we got 2 million people watching our videos on a YouTube channel, and YouTube also paid us nearly $16,000 for the pleasure. And those 2 million people turned into about 100,000 of the 2 million came over to our website. And of the 100,000 that came over to the website, just under 10,000 people bought something, right? So we got 10,000 buyers plus $16,000 from YouTube. That's quite a nice gift, isn't it? You can see the channel there has got, at this point, it had 433,000 subscribers, actually over 500,000 subscribers now. And this is the sort of thing that you can learn how to do, and it's massively, massively powerful if you can learn how to leverage assets like YouTube and get them sending you loads of free traffic. A couple of examples from Facebook. Top one is one of our students who's created singles groups on Facebook, and then he promotes dating websites as an affiliate, because obviously people that join dating groups are generally single. One at the bottom is another one of our students who's created a group for Volkswagen camper van owners, and he promotes as an affiliate products related to Volkswagen camper vans, like duvet sets there with Volkswagen campers printed on them, for example. So simple strategies like this that you can learn can get you loads of free traffic for your internet business. So give me a yes in the chat box if you think there are things that you could learn to get more traffic to your website. Give me a yes if you think there's something that you could do. You could either learn how to get a website on the first page of Google results. You could learn how to use paid advertising with Google ads or with Facebook ads. You could learn how to use YouTube. You could learn how to promote on Instagram maybe. You could learn how to write great emails that get high open rates, high click-through rates. You could learn how to get a deal with Groupon and get them promoting your product or service, or you could learn how to approach joint ventures and get them promoting your stuff too. Let me have a look. Fantastic. We've got lots of yeses coming in. Thank you, Michelle, Lonnie, Holly, John. Cool. Good. So that's the 3 core steps that I've spoken about. And whatever business that you're in already, whatever business that you want to be in, the internet's not going away. The internet is the most important life skill, right? Learning how to do this stuff is more important than anything else. I actually think this is more important than maths and English, quite frankly, because your iPhone can do any maths problem that you ever need to do. You don't need to learn how to do differentiating of quadratic equations, right? Because your iPhone can do that. But your iPhone can't do automatic internet marketing for you on one press yet, but it can do complicated maths for you. It can also do translation as well. You don't need to learn any other languages, right? You can get an app on your phone, you can talk in one language to it, and it'll convert it into any other language. So the internet, I truly believe internet marketing is the most important life skill that there is right now. And if you've got this skill, you can make money with anything, any kind of business. If you haven't got this life skill, then you are going to struggle against those people that have. Now, COVID-19 has given us a gift, of time. Suddenly, we've all got a bit more time on our hands because a lot of things are closed, a lot of things aren't open, or maybe you're off work at the moment. So what I'd urge you to do is use this time wisely and use this time to re-educate yourself, to upskill yourself, and get a skill that you can actually use and turn into money. Now, at the moment in the UK, as I said, we've got restaurants aren't open, pubs aren't open, cinemas aren't open, gyms aren't open, right? So everyone's just going stir crazy. And we're telling the people in the UK to do the same thing, right? To use this time to educate yourself, right? Now, I've got a question for you. What would you define as a fulfilled life? So type in the chat box, what would a fulfilled life look like? What does that mean to you? What would it mean you could do or you could have if you had a fulfilled life? What's the definition of a fulfilled life to you? And I appreciate it's different for everybody, but really interested to hear what would the perfect life be? What does that mean to you? What sort of things would you like to be able to do, for example? Okay, and while you're thinking about that, I'm going to suggest a couple of things to you that people have suggested before. So a big one people say is more time with their family and friends, right? That's a fulfilled life. Nobody wants to be working dawn till dusk in a job they hate just to pay the bills. People would generally love to spend more time with their family and friends. Another thing that comes up a lot is that people want to be able to travel to amazing places. Oh, funny. Lonnie used to put, have time available to be with family and take them on trips. Well, that's kind of 1 and 2 combined, isn't it, Lonnie? Perfect. So, most of us have got a bucket list. Most of us have got places in the world that we want to go see. For me, I got to go to Sydney, Australia a couple of years ago. That's in my bucket list. I always wanted to go there, but I still want to get to the pyramids and go and see the pyramids. On my bucket list was doing an African safari. I did that a few years ago. That was amazing. But there's probably places that many of you want to get to, right? Probably things you want to see. So travel to amazing places is another one. Next up is maybe get a new car, right? Many people, just an everyday practical thing like just having a new car, not having a car that's 10 years old and keeps breaking down would be a big deal to them. Maybe you want the new Tesla Cybertruck when it comes out, or whatever it might be. In fact, I'll be interested. Let me know what your dream car is. I'm a bit of a car nut myself. So give me your dream cars. If money was no object, what car would you go buy tomorrow? I'm kind of interested. Great. Shirley's got ability to pay for necessities without monetary concerns. Yeah, absolutely. Being comfortable, right? Having money to buy whatever it is that you need. Yeah, relax, knowing expenses are covered. Perfect. These are the sort of things we're talking about. For some people, it's like the sense of achievement. So starting and building a business, this is a big drive for people like Elon Musk, right? I mean, Christ, what's he worth? 150 trillion billion or something. So he doesn't need to work anymore. But why does he do it? He loves the thrill of building businesses, right? That's what drives him. How about a bigger house? Many people, when asked what would make them happier in life, is like, yeah, I'd like a bigger house. I'd like a house that, didn't have damp on the walls. I'd like a house that, the kids could have their own bedroom rather than have to share bedrooms. I'd like a house with a bigger garden where the kids could play football, those kind of things. So a bigger house is like a big deal for some people too. Good. Hey, someone's on Lonnie. I like your style. 1968 Shelby Mustang convertible. Cool, I'm with you. My dream car is, well, I thought it was a Corvette C1, late 50s, and until I test drove one, and it was the most horrendous thing in the world. Of course, because it's 1950s technology, so it ruined my dream. It looks beautiful, horrible to drive. So now I'm looking for one that's been retrofitted with power steering and disc brakes. And I know all you hardcore Corvette people say that ruins it, but if you're going to drive it on the roads, I think these things are essential. Okay, other things, personal goals. A lot of people have got things they want to achieve in their life, whether that's climbing a mountain, whether that's learning a skill, like being able to play the piano or sing or whatever it might be. A lot of people have got personal aspirations, things you'd like to do. So that might be on your fulfilled life list. Also helping charities, giving back. Many people I know would love to do more for charities, but they just don't have time, right? When you're so busy in life just looking after yourself and your immediate family, you don't have time to give to other people because you're too busy just fulfilling your obligations at home and what you need to do, right? But I think these are the sort of things that are the epitome of a fulfilled life, okay? And the last one, just being happy, which I think, which was someone here, John said earlier, relax, just knowing expenses covered. Yeah, it's kind of that, isn't it? It's like being happy and just knowing that everything's covered, and that's it. That's all you want in life. You just want to live on this planet, just have not a care in the world, knowing that the bills are taken care of, and you get to enjoy life, right? So these are the definitions of a fulfilled life, right? And an internet business has been scientifically proven to make all of these things happen, right? And I'm going to show you the evidence of this, right? I'm going to show you the scientific proof, right? Firstly, it lets you spend more time with your family and friends. So there is me, some of my friends, last summer when briefly we got let out of this crazy lockdown situation, and that's us doing a road trip around Wales. So we had an amazing week driving around the coast of Wales in the United Kingdom, which I never could have done if I worked for BT. I couldn't have just said, you know what, I'm just going to take a week or so out of work and just kind of road trip with the boys. Wasn't going to happen. Travel to amazing places. So I always wanted to go to Necker Island, Richard Branson's private island. I watched a documentary on the BBC when I was younger, growing up, of an interview with Richard on his island, and that was always like a big dream place for me to get to. So here is me on Necker Island with Sir Richard. I got to spend a week on Necker Island hanging out with him, an amazing experience. There's me in a seaplane flying over Sydney Harbour, and here's me with some friends that I took to Sydney at my expense, paid for all their flights, all their expenses, because I could, right? How nice is it to be able to do that? To not just make my dreams and tick places off my bucket list, but to do it with your friends as well. Pretty amazing thing. So internet business lets you do that. Also lets you upgrade your car. Now, I told you I love cars, so I'm somewhat embarrassed to tell you this is the car I had working for BT, the phone company. This is a Ford Fiesta. I don't know if you had this particular model out in the States, but it's a little compact, two-door, small little car. It's about all I could afford on BT's salary. But here's my latest car that I just bought. It's a Lamborghini Urus, right? Kind of sexy, I think you'll agree, and a little bit of an upgrade than the little Ford Fiesta. So if cars are your thing, if you want that Mustang Shelby, you can get one of those too. I got to buy my dream property. Now, I don't think it's ever hit the USA, so this might mean nothing to you, but you may recognize the lady with the dark hair in the pictures, because that is Katherine Zeta-Jones. And there was a TV show in the UK called The Darling Buds of May, and it was set on a farm, and it was the biggest drama 3 years running. It was like the Downton Abbey of its day in the early 90s. And I just started work when this was on TV, and I used to watch this TV show, and I used to think, you know what, I'd love that life. I would love to have a farm in the English countryside. Well, a few years ago, the actual farm where they filmed this TV show came up for sale, and guess who bought it? Yeah, me. I actually got to buy the famous TV property as seen on TV. So I'm showing you here that the internet really does make all your dreams come true, because I've been living it. This is Sir David Jason, who was the one of the stars of the show. I got to Skype with Katherine Zeta-Jones. Fortunately, she was in New York. She couldn't make it over, but the rest of the cast came over for tea, which was kind of cool. I also told you right at the start that I played in a band. Do you remember? So on my sort of personal bucket list is like, doing stuff with music. So this is me getting a standing ovation at the London O2 Arena with my band, because the internet has let me spend time doing music, which is what I love doing as well. And I've taken that all the way to playing at the London O2 Arena, which is kind of cool. I also wrote a book, got a #1 bestseller for my book. But also this year I released an album. I got #2 in the iTunes chart for my album as well. So, I've got to fulfill my music dreams. I got to #2, not #1. The Blooming Bee Gees beat me, like Barry Gibb beat me, #1 album, but I got to #2. So it was almost like on my bucket list. But I'm just showing you this to show you that, an internet business, whatever you want to do in life, and I'd urge you all to do whatever you want to do with your own life, right? It's different for all of us. And this is my back garden. I told you I like cars. So this is a classic car show, which I ran in my back garden. And we did it for charity. We raised over 20,000 for charities. And for somebody who loves cars, it's a great thing to do, right? But you can see my back garden's pretty big. But working for BT, my back garden wasn't as big as that. So I simply couldn't do much for charity. But now, it's great to pay it forward. It's great to help out. It's great to be able to do that stuff. So an internet business is proven to help in all of those fulfilled life areas. Okay, hopefully you'll agree. That's past stage 3 validation. So how much can you make with the internet business? I've shared you lots of examples in this presentation of people that I've taught, people that are literally making millions per year, from things like online courses, from affiliate marketing, from selling physical products, from having a digital marketing agency. Literally, we've created so many millionaires here in the UK. It's crazy. And what's interesting is that they're not people that were predisposed to internet marketing. In fact, almost the opposite is true. Many of my most successful students had never done any online marketing before, weren't even very particularly computer savvy, but you can just make a huge amount of money if you learn about these things, okay? And all of these people I've told you about learned this 3-step system. They learned how to do these 3 things from me, okay? Remember the future business checklist earlier. You need something that can be done from home, that can scale. It's fast to learn how to set up, use existing equipment, can do it flexible hours, just an hour or 2 a day. It's easy and it's fun, right? That is an internet business. So just to finish off, I'd like to give you an opportunity to join a training program which I offer, which basically is the same training program that all of the case studies in this presentation attended. Now, they attended it live in London in the UK. Obviously, it's not going to be so easy for you to do that. But what we've done is we've recorded the whole thing. We've put it online. So you can get the benefit of the same training, but online to consume at your leisure. But it teaches you basically how to make money from all of these different ways. It's going to teach you how to make money from selling books and ebooks that you create, how to make money from selling online courses that you create, how to make money selling licensed digital products that you've purchased with resale rights, how to make money selling physical products, how to make money selling other people's products, affiliate marketing as we call that, and how to make money as a digital marketing consultant. So it teaches you these core skills that you can use in all 6 of these business models, and we give you kind of deep dive training in these 6 areas too. You can also use it to grow your existing business, get your existing business on the first page of Google, to get traffic from YouTube, get traffic from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, Pinterest, how to set up Google ads and the retargeting ads that follow people around the internet, how to set up analytics and build sales funnels, and chatbots are much, much more. So if you've got an existing business, this program is great because it's going to teach you how to take your business to the next level. If you haven't got an existing business, it's going to teach you 6 ways how to start one from scratch, okay? It's a complete online CPD accredited diploma. So actually, it's a diploma standard course, and there's an online exam that you can complete online. And if you pass the exam, you actually get a diploma in digital marketing as well from the CPD accreditation body here in the UK. Everything's online, and basically the course consists of 20 modules. So each module is going to take about an hour or so to complete, but we teach you all these different things. We teach you about market research. We teach you how to find where are the hungry crowds. We teach you a specific methodology for finding where are people looking for stuff online, where is the money. We teach you how to choose what it is you're going to sell. We show you how to create digital products, how to do affiliate marketing, how to build websites, how to write the sales copy, how to do emails and autoresponders and collect payments online, how to optimize your website and get it on the first page of Google, how to do sales funnels, how to do Google Business Directory marketing and how to use Google's analytics platform, how to do video marketing using YouTube, how to use chatbots, Twitter, Snapchat, Pinterest, TikTok, Facebook, outsourcing, LinkedIn, Instagram, Google Ads. So basically, this is the A to Z of everything that you need in digital marketing. This is what I've learned in over 10 years, distilled down into 20 core lessons, step by step, of what you need to do. And each module has its own action checklist for you to follow and implement. Okay. Now, when people have attended this course live in London, we sold it for £3,995, which is about $5,000 US. Some of the people that you've seen in this presentation actually attended at that price live in London, okay? But I'm not going to charge you that today. I'm going to make a very, very special offer to you in a second as one of Ty's customers. But I'm going to give you some bonuses first because I want to even sweeten the deal. So not just going to give you the core training, but I'm also going to give you lifetime updates to that training because the internet changes, the internet moves on. So if you sign up today, I'm going to give you lifetime updates. So this will be the last internet marketing course you ever need to buy because every time there's an update, we change things. You're going to have the latest version in your members area automatically. So you've always got, Facebook changes, Google changes, you've got the latest stuff in there already. But I'm also going to give you 4 extra training programs that we offer, okay? Now, we created a whole training course on step-by-step how to set up and build your own online course business that covers everything from creating the content to uploading it to a platform to doing things like online tests and exams. I'll give you that whole program for free if you sign up with the offer I'm about to give you in a second, okay? So you're going to get our full online course creation deep dive training program. I'm also going to give you our book and ebook writing and publishing program as well, which teaches you how to get your book created really, really fast, how to get it typeset if you want to sell physical copies of it, how to get it into the Kindle store, basically everything you need to know about getting a book or an ebook out there. I'm also going to give you this, which is massive, massive value. This is basically a digital marketing agency in a box. This is everything you need to set up your own digital marketing agency. So you get your own website, you get all of the documentation you need, so contracts, templates, you get PowerPoint, presentations. We even partner you up with a white label fulfillment service that can deliver all of the digital marketing services for you. So you just need to find customers and they'll do all the fulfillment for you, and you can make 50% markup on everything they do. So it's like an a la carte digital agency where you've got a suite of services that you can offer, and you can literally just double all the prices and sell those on. And that's fantastically valuable. This is something that people like Nick, who I mentioned earlier, does 3 million a year now. He started with this particular training for his digital marketing agency. And I'm also going to give you our affiliate marketing deep dive training course as well, where our affiliate marketing trainer Jay takes you through the different affiliate networks, how you get signed up for affiliate offers, how you market things using free traffic sources like YouTube and Facebook. So I'm going to give you that entire program as well. So with those 4 extra bonus training programs and the core training, basically you've got everything you need to know to start a business in any one of these 6 areas, or maybe more than one. Several of you said earlier, you could see 2, 3, 4, 5 of these things you could do. Maybe some of you might do all 6. So you will then be able to set up a business making money from eBooks, from online courses, from resale rights, from affiliate marketing, from physical products, and from selling digital marketing services as well. Okay, so you've got basically 6 business opportunities in one in this offer tonight. And here's the crazy bit: I'm making everything available to you, but just for Ty's audience today for just $495. That's it. Okay, people in the UK have paid $5,000 for this, but the offer for you today is just $495. But you need to go now. There's only limited spaces available. I've never done it this cheap, never actually offered this package to the USA. So you'll be the first mover advantage, you're the first people to see this offer and get on board. I've just put the link in the chat box for you. So go there now, but let's just recap everything you get for just $495. You get the full online comprehensive 20 module course, which is a diploma in digital marketing. It's the A to Z of everything you need to know about digital marketing, all the secret strategies, secret systems that we've developed over the years. You're learning 6 money-making systems. So you're going to learn how to make money from eBooks, from online courses, from resale rights, from affiliate marketing, from physical products, and from selling digital services. You're getting lifetime updates. You're getting an accredited diploma in internet marketing. Plus, you're getting 4 extra online programs as well, which is our program on how to create and sell online courses, how to write your own books and ebooks, how to set up your own digital marketing agency, and how to make money with affiliate marketing. Okay, so you can do 1 of these, you can do 2 of these, you can do 5 of these, right? You've got so many business opportunities right here. I mean, you've got 6 different businesses you can start here for $500, right? It's less than $100 per business, right? Where can you get a business that can literally make you millions for under $100? I'll tell you where, right here. The link is in the chat box, so go there now and get signed up. So what does it include? It includes, we teach you in the program how to create your own website, so you never need to pay a developer again. So again, that is something that is, it's worth $500 just for that, because you're probably going to spend more than that getting somebody to build your website, right? Going to give you a step-by-step strategy for getting websites to rank on the first page of Google. Again, you would pay way more than $500 just to learn that one strategy. You can learn how to make money by creating your own online courses. I showed you people earlier that have literally made millions from online courses, right? You're going to learn how to do that. Going to show you how to write and publish your own book and get Amazon #1 bestseller. Or if you're a musician, I'm going to show you how we've got #2 best-selling album on iTunes. Going to show you how we get 2 million people a month viewing that YouTube channel and how YouTube pay us $15,000. We're going to unpack that and teach you how to do that as well. Going to show you how to test out your ideas and be certain of success, so you never launch a business that isn't guaranteed to make you money. Going to show you how to set up remarketing campaigns. Remember, that's the ads that follow people around the internet. Going to show you how to market on Facebook and use chatbots. Going to show you how to market on Instagram. I'm going to show you how to do everything for next to nothing by using offshore outsourcers, okay? Now, if you want to check us out online, be my guest. I'm very proud of our reviews out there on the internet. We've literally got hundreds and hundreds of reviews. Average score is 4.9 out of 5. Check us out on Google Reviews, on Trustpilot. You can see some of the comments here. You know, my best investment yet, worth the money in the first hour, best internet marketing course I ever did. Absolute must for anyone serious about business. Yeah, people rave about our programs because they are so bloody good, quite frankly. But I'm going to completely de-risk it for you. We offer a money-back guarantee, 14-day money-back guarantee. Sign up for the program, take a look. If you don't think it's worth 50, 100 times what you paid for it, you can cancel it and get a full refund. It's cost you nothing to have a look. But I'm pretty confident you're going to want to keep it because you're going to want to keep those updates. You're going to keep learning the latest stuff from us because you're going to see that this knowledge, this information is worth way more than $500. Okay, but that's my offer to you. Money back guarantee, 14-day. Take a look. Okay, just $495 for everything. Go to the link now, bit.ly/TC special. Right now, I'm also extra bonus going to give you, if you sign up in the next 10 minutes, 1,000 products to sell. So I don't want any saying, oh, I don't know what I'm going to sell online. I haven't got an idea for a product. I'm going to give you 1,000 products with resale rights where you keep 100% of the money. So you've all got 1,000 ready-made things that you can sell. Each one of these has got a website already, and you get 100% of the sales proceeds from each one, okay? So you're going to get that included if you sign up today. Wow, I can see people signing up already. Fantastic. Who have we got here? We have got, I've got the email address, vhuddle, you are in, brilliant. And I've got Michelle, your email has just come in as well. Fantastic, you are in. So you've got this, you've got these 1,000 products already included. So well done for that. So I think actually your mic just gone a bit live, Ty. You might want to mute yourself. It's got very loud in here. I'll just mute that. I'll just mute you for 2 seconds, Ty, because it's really loud here. I'm also going to give you our outsourcers Rolodex. Now, this is really valuable. This is the contact details for the people that I use in my business, the outsourcers that I use in my business. And I'm actually giving you their contact details, right? But again, this is only for people that sign up in the next 10 minutes. I'm not going to give this to everybody. Sign up in the next 10 minutes. I'm going to give you my Rolodex of the actual suppliers I use. This runs to 76 pages. I've broken it down by every single little thing. These are the people I use for doing logos. These are the people I use for doing covers for eBooks. These are the people that are researchers that write stuff for me. These are people that do video editing, right? And they're people that are the cheapest and the best I've found in the world, right? People that do work for just a couple of dollars an hour. I'm going to give you that, and I'm going to give you my outsourcing secrets course as well, which is a video-based course. So you're going to get my Rolodex of suppliers. You're going to get my outsourcing course as well as an extra bonus if you sign up right now. So wow, let's look at this because this is a huge offer for just $495. You get the 6 money-making systems, you get lifetime updates, you get the accredited diploma, you get the 4 extra bonus programs on online courses, books and ebooks, marketing consultancy, affiliate marketing, you get the outsourcing training Rolodex, and you get the 1,000 products with resale rights. All of that, if you go now to the link in the box, okay? Ty's just put it in there as well, bit.ly/TC special. You need to go there right now to get all those extra bonuses. This is like a one-time offer, okay? Now, at this point, you should be in absolutely zero doubt, right? You should be in zero doubt that people like you are making millions using the internet, and it's never been easier than it is right now, right? We've just had this COVID thing that's caused a massive spike in people going online, looking for things to buy, looking for online courses. So COVID's done us all a big favor. It's made people accelerate their use of the internet, which is brilliant. And I've shown you loads of people that have become millionaires from doing this, right? You should also be in no doubt that what I've created here is a repeatable system for doing this, that not only have I done many times over, but I've taught hundreds and thousands of other people to do the same thing. And guess what? They got the same results too, right? And you should be in no doubt that $495 for life is a no-brainer. I've got loads of people that have got 1,000 to 20,000 plus times return on investment. And remember, it's got a money-back guarantee. So there's nothing you can lose. It's impossible to lose with this deal. There is only gain. You've got everything to gain by taking a look. And you owe it to yourself and to your family to give it a shot. Give it a go, sign up, take a look at the program, bit.ly/TC special. Remember, it's got the money back guarantee, right? 14 days, have a look, come and take a look. Now, this is one of my favorite quotes. Definition of insanity from Einstein is doing the same thing again and again and expecting a different result. So if you don't do this program, what are you going to do to change your life? What are you going to do to be able to tick some things off that fulfilled life list? Because you've got to do something. Doing the same stuff you're doing right now isn't working, hasn't worked. You've got to do something different. You've got to learn some new skills. These are the new skills that you need to learn. These are the skills that are going to help you going forward, okay? So if you haven't signed up yet, let me ask you a question. What if there was a way you could do this program if it was free? Or even better, what if I paid you to do the program? Remember I told you about YouTube paying us and sending us 2 million visitors, right? How about if we did some crazy deal like that? Give me a hell yeah in the chat box if you would do this program if it was free or if I paid you to do the program. Give me a hell yeah. Give me a hell yeah. And if you just signed up, don't worry, because this applies to you too. You haven't missed out on anything. Okay, don't panic, Michelle. I can see your comment there. Right, give me a hell yeah if you would. Okay, we've got some hell yeahs coming in. Goodness says hell yeah. John says hell yeah. Philippe says hell yeah. Lisby says hell yeah. Cool. Right, well, let me tell you what we've got. It's the last thing for you, and then we're done. Okay, we have a referral scheme here at Internet Business School. The way it works is that we pay you $250 per referral. So if you refer 2 people onto this deal, now you can refer people to this deal. They're not going to get all the same bonuses that you get tonight. This is a unique special with all the extra bonuses. But you can refer people on the core 20 module course, right? $500. I will give you $250. So if you refer 2 people to that, I'm going to give you $500. That means you got all your money back. That means you got the course for free. Okay. So if you just make 2 referrals, you get the program for free. Okay. Now you need to sign up, right? You need to put some skin in the game. You need to sign up to the program tonight to be eligible to get the referrals. Yeah. Because you know what happens at this point? Some people go, oh, I'll tell you what, I'll get you 2 referrals, then I'll get my place free. But 2 problems with that. One is that if you haven't put any skin in the game, if you haven't invested your $500, I know you're going to be very half-hearted in trying to get some referrals. If you've invested your $500, you're going to be going out there recommending this to your friends. But here's the more important reasons why it doesn't work that way. The more important reason is that I don't want you recommending something that you haven't personally tried yourself, because that's unethical, right? Don't ever recommend something and say it's brilliant if you've not had a look at it yourself, right? Why would you do that? I want you to sign up to the program, experience the program, and rave about the program with passion, because it is that bloody good, right? So I want you to sign up to the program. So sign up to the program. That means you join our partner program. That means you can start earning $250 per referral. Refer 2 people. You got this for free then, effectively, because you've got all your money back. But it's not capped at 2 people. So if you refer 10 people, I'm going to be giving you $2,500. You refer 50 people, I'll be giving you $12,500. So that's how I'm paying you to do the program. I'm saying, look, you do the program, pay your $495, do the program. But if you spread the word, and hey, we've done very little in the USA, so there is a big opportunity for you to promote us in the USA. We've done very little out there, okay? If you spread the word and recommend us, you can earn, I can pay you a chunk of change. And my top referral partner in the UK has earned over £200,000. That's like $260,000. So he's done the training course. He paid me to do the training course, but since then I've paid him $260,000 in referral fees, right? And remember, the American market is 10 times as big as the UK market. So I'm expecting to send one of you guys $2.6 million in the next couple of years, okay? If you can do as well as he's done. So that's how that works, okay? So remember, you're getting 2 ready-made businesses. You're getting a digital marketing agency business in a box with our marketing consultancy bonus package. Plus, you're becoming a partner of Internet Business School, so you can then promote internet education courses with us as well. And here's how this is really cute, because you talk to any business owner, you can either offer to do the marketing for them. If they don't want you to do the marketing for them, that can only mean that they want to do it themselves. If they want to do it themselves, guess what? You promote the Internet Business School, because we can teach them how to do it themselves. So you've got the perfect complementary products there. You've got, you'll do it for them, or you can sell them a course on how they can learn how to do it themselves, right? they've got nowhere to go. They're going to need one of those two things. They're not going to go, no, actually, I don't believe in the internet. I think it's a fad. It's going to pass. That's just not going to happen, is it? Right. So you've got these two amazing business opportunities, two ready-made businesses that you can promote. Plus, you've got 1,000 products for resale rights. You've actually got 1,002 ready-made businesses that you can market. So this is it. This is the last slide. Okay, it's $495. That gets you the full online comprehensive course, gets you lifetime updates. I saw somebody ask the question earlier, what does CPD stand for? CPD stands for Continuous Professional Development. It's maybe it didn't make it to the States, but it's basically a professional sort of qualification awarding what would you call it, like a qualification level, if you like. So we have the CPD organization, and courses get accredited to CPD standard. So you've probably got something similar in the USA. It's basically just a professional body that kind of accredits our courses. So they look at the courses, they look at the learning objectives, how we test your learning objectives are met, and that kind of thing. Just like a standard, if you like, for courses, like a standards body for courses. You also get 4 extra online courses, how to create and sell online courses, how to write your own books and ebooks, how to set up your own digital marketing agency. Remember, that's a whole business in a box. Plus, you get how to make money with affiliate marketing. You can earn $250 per referral. So that means refer 2 people. I'm going to give you all your money back. Refer 10 people. You've made a couple of $1,000 and you got the training for free. And as I said, I want to see one of you send me an invoice for a few million in the next couple of years as you spread the word far and wide around America about internet business school. You're also going to get our outsourcing training and our 70-page Rolodex of all of the contact details for all the suppliers that we use, and you're going to get 1,000 products with resale rights as well. So this entire package is just $495. It is a crazy, crazy deal. The link is at the bottom of the screen there, bit.ly/TC special. It's also in the chat box too. If you've got any questions, give me your questions right now. If you typed them earlier, probably type them again, because I can see there's loads of stuff been going on in the chat. So it might take me a while to scroll up and find them. So if you've got a burning question about anything, type it in the chat box now, and I will see that pop up at the bottom. John says, just signed up 2 late for session. No, you are in, John. If I'm going to, anyone who does it right now, I'll give you another couple of minutes. If you go in there, then I will give you everything you see on screen. You'll get absolutely everything for just $495. This is a crazy, 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 crazy deal, but it's just $495 for everything. Remember, money back guarantee, right? 14 days. What have you got to lose by taking that leap of faith and saying, you know what, I'm going to have a look at this? I mean, it sounds kind of vaguely plausible, doesn't it? I mean, do you think I've given you enough evidence that this stuff works, right? I mean, you know, I didn't steal the Lamborghini Urus. I didn't just, parachute into Necker Island and then get shooed off by ransom security guards, right? All this stuff is very real. You can check out the websites I've shown you in the presentation. This is the real deal. But you've got 14 days to have a look at it and see, right? So take action. Remember, you've got to take action. Success is 99% showing up and taking action. So go and follow the link and get yourself signed up. Okay, Lonnie says he needs to check with his spouse. You know what I'd do, Lonnie? I would say take the leap of faith and sign up. Tell the spouse you've done it. If the spouse wants to divorce you, you've got 14 days. Just say to her, look, I've signed up for this. I think it's going to be really good. Let's have a chat about it now, but I had to sign up to get all the deal. But if you're going to divorce me, it's okay, but just let me know within 14 days, because I've got to let Simon know and just cancel this whole thing off, okay? So just have that conversation with your spouse. Just tell them they've got to divorce you within the 14 days, or at least tell you they're going to divorce you within the 14 days, and it's no problem. We don't want a divorce on our hands, so we'll give you a full refund. No problem at all. That's just my English sense of humor, Lonnie. Hopefully you got that. Good. Cool. Right. Any more questions? Any more questions at all? Let me know. I'm not sure if Ty is back out there. It doesn't look like his audio is working right now. So I will wrap this up in a minute if there aren't any questions. I'm just scrolling back to see if there were any earlier. Michelle had a question earlier about the example I gave of somebody paying a trainer to create the course. Yeah, the dog training course, great. So here's a real world example of how this happened. And it's really interesting, right? The psychology of this, or how it works. So think about it. The dog trainer that features in the dog training course, they're training dogs for customers every day, and those customers pay them to train their dogs. Somebody gets in contact with them and says, how much would it cost just to follow you with the camera while you're training people's dogs for a week or two? And they're like, well, I don't know. So, well, if I gave you $2,000, would that be okay? And they're like, well, I guess so, because there's like $2,000 extra, because they're being paid by customers to train their dogs anyway. So someone's just going to follow them around with a camera for $2,000 extra. Hell yeah, why not? So that's the kind of deal that's cut. You know, it's pay them a one-off fee to very often film people doing what they're doing anyway, and they're being paid by other people to do what they're doing. So they're happy for the extra money, but you then create a product out of it. Okay. Another one that I didn't even cost that much. I actually filmed a plumbing course at a college, and I cut a deal with a college that was this. I called a college that was running a plumbing course and said, I want to make an online plumbing course. Now, obviously, an online plumbing course is not a practical plumbing course. So someone is not going to get a qualification for just studying an online plumbing course. But I said, look, if you let me come and film what you do at your plumbing college, I'm going to sell an online plumbing course. I'll sell it at a lower price than your course, obviously. But anyone who's serious about becoming a plumber, they're going to need to come and do a plumbing course and get a qualification, because you can't start touching people's plumbing until you've done until you've got a qualification. So I cut a deal with them that they let me film their course for free, in exchange for giving them a master set of the recordings, so that then everyone that did their live in-person course, they could give a set of the videos to as well. So they had an aid memoir. They've got everything they learned in the classroom. They can look back a set of videos. They got a video course as well. So the win for them was they saved having to pay a videographer to come and film their course to give that bonus to all their students. But the win for me was I got an entire course for free, or just for the cost of the camera guy, that I can then sell. But then the way I sold it to them was I said that every video set that I sell, I will include a promotion to their live hands-on college. For the serious ones that want to go and get the qualification, they can then sign up with them and get a discount and come and do the in-person course, which is about 3,000 quid. So that's an example of an even better than paying a fixed fee up front to someone. Sometimes you can cut deals like that, where you can actually, you know, if you can work out a win-win for someone who's got knowledge or expertise, and it might be just that. I'll give you another example for the music industry. I've got a gig coming up with a band, and we've got we're using a string quartet for this show, theatre show. And what I've done is I've found a string quartet that I'm going to hire to use on the show. But I noticed that they didn't have a good show reel. They got like no real good quality. They've got a few iPhone show reels, you know, badly recorded of their string quartet. So I said to them, look, we're going to need to do a rehearsal. They normally have a rehearsal rate, which is 50% of the show rate. I said to them, how about this? How about I film the rehearsal and I'll give you the video footage for free, but I'm not going to pay you a rehearsal fee. I'm not going to pay you 50% rehearsal fee, but it's a win-win for both of us, right? I was going to film the rehearsal anyway to give myself some extra footage as well as filming the show. But so while I've got cameras there, it doesn't cost me anything extra, but it means I've got them to turn up and do the rehearsal for free. So, you know, you need to think creatively, think about win-wins, but there are win-wins to be had out there that you can do with people, and that can work really, really well. Cool. Right, John has signed up. Brilliant. Lolly says, thank you, love it. Loves my strategy. Good, Lolly. Fantastic. Cool. Right, well, I can't see any more questions in there, folks. So I am going to wrap that up, I think, at this point. One last time, the link is bit.ly/TC special. If you go there right now, I'll give you 5 more minutes if you're still keying it in to go through and do that. If you haven't managed it yet, let me just have a little look, see if we can give some little shout outs for some more. Right, I can see John, your order is coming. Congratulations, John. I can see Katherine. I can see you're there as well. I can see Mike is there. Congratulations, Mike. Got your order. I can see Coel Share. Apologies, I've only got email addresses on this phone notification, so I don't get the full name. So I'm just quoting the email address. But great, your orders are all in. Welcome on board. You should get the email login stuff all set up automatically when you sign up. So check your spam filter now, and just see if you've got an email from us if you're not seeing it in your inbox already. Any problems at all getting access, anything like that, I'm just going to put our support desk email address into the chat box, which is support@internetbusinessschool.com. So that goes through to my office, support@internetbusinessschool.com. If you can't find your login or anything like that, just give the office a shout. It's manned office hours 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. It's obviously evening time for us here in the UK. So if you message them now, no one's going to get back to you because it's currently nearly 10 p.m. in the evening here. So they'll be back in the office at 9 a.m. in the morning though. So they'll get back to you if you've got any troubles logging in or anything. But you should have automatically got sent your login stuff when you signed in. So perfect. Thank you for your time and attention this evening. I hope you enjoyed the presentation, found it useful, enjoyable, you learned something, you got inspired, you got some ideas, and a welcome to all of you that have committed and joined the program. It's great to have you on board and great to start spreading the word to America and the rest of the world too. Thank you, Ty, for the opportunity to speak to your audience, and we wish you all the best and look forward to working with several of you going forward. Thank you and good night.